Hey guys, one of our most important things we are going to need for this recipe is these Joseph's lavash bread. Use these multiple times. You can try a couple different things, low carb tortillas, things of that nature, but I have found this is the best, and it is huge. You get a giant serving for 100 calories, so I really recommend this for any of your pizzas that you do. Great ingredients, very minimal ingredients, and actually low net carbs. We're going to need some grass-fed ground beef, like I've done so many other times. 93% lean, always recommend that. Basically, that cuts the calories down by half of most ground beef that people typically would use. We're gonna need some jalapeno sauce or enchilada sauce. You can use either this one or this one. I'm gonna try this jalapeno sauce, I just got this. Some black olives. We're gonna need some fat-free cheese. We're gonna need some diced onions or pico de gallo, and we are going to need a little bit of cheese sauce. So you could use any kind of cheese sauce. I'm using this one simply because it's 40 calories for, I believe, 2 tablespoons. So that's about that is the lowest I've found. There's a couple other options you can use, but this is a good one. We're not gonna use a lot of this, but again, if you wanted to do an organic type one, there is Newman's Own is a good one as well. But this is going to serve as our base. So let me show you the first. It's a little bit of olive oil for the pan, and then just taco seasoning, garlic, salt, and pepper. That's all you really need. Made up the ground beef, and now we're going to move on to step 2 of this process. Take your lavash bread out. I use this rack to cook my pizzas. You can get this actually at Walmart, most stores. It cooks great when you want to do a pizza because it cooks on both sides of the bread or the pizza crust, whatever you're doing. Basically, all you're gonna do is throw this in 350 degrees for 5 minutes. We wanna cook this a little bit crisp before we put the other ingredients on, because we are using low-fat ingredients, so they will tend to dry out a little fast if you cook them at the same time as this. So throw this in the oven, again, 350 degrees, 5 minutes, and then we'll take this out and start making our Mexican. I'll show you a little tip that helps me a lot. Typically, when you're making your food, a lot of times you're obviously hungry. And what I have found is we tend to add more than we are letting on. And so that's kind of where our diet tends to get blown up, as we are trying to follow a healthy recipe or ingredients, but we way overdo it, especially like on things like cheese and on ground beef. So basically what I always do is I get these little containers and I weigh them out individually, especially in a pause time, like when I'm cooking the crust. This allows you time to get everything ready, and trust me, it's just worth the extra time. That way you know exactly what you're putting on your food, you know the exact calories, and you tend to slow down and not just basically impulsively overeat. So basically what I did here, 2.5 ounces of ground beef. I did 2 servings or 60 grams of the cheese sauce, and then 2 servings or 60 grams of the shredded cheddar cheese. So this will allow us, when we get the crust out, to make our pizza and know exactly what we're putting on it and not get carried away. So anyways, that's a little tip I'm going to show you. I do this a lot. It helps me a lot, especially when you're prepping other things anyways and you have a little time. Kind of takes your mind off eating while you're waiting to complete this. So anyways, hope you enjoy this, and I'll show you next guys. So what you want to do is you combine your cheese sauce with a little bit of your enchilada sauce. That's going to be your base. Instead of doing pizza sauce or marinara sauce, your base will be the cheese sauce with the enchilada sauce. Then you layer in the ground beef, you put in onions, black olives, and then the fat-free cheese on top. So this goes in after the crust has been in the oven for 5 minutes. Now it goes back in 350 degrees for 5 more minutes, and then it'll be ready to go. Check it out, guys. There is your Mexican pizza. This thing is fantastic. It comes in at 395 calories for the whole thing. It's huge. Lots of food. You could split it very easily with a big salad and be super happy. If you wanted to, you could add refried beans to this to make it a true Mexican pizza, but I just kind of wanted to keep it simple. But this thing is fantastic. It's almost more like an open-faced enchilada is what it reminds me of, but I really like this one. It's quick, it's easy, and if you want that Mexican food, kind of Taco Bell or Mexican pizza, this is a great one just to whip up. And it's very low carb and actually very healthy, depending on the ingredients you use, obviously. But give this a try. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your support. I hope you like this one, and try this one soon. Give me some feedback on what you think.